Hey everyone, so I got Scott Grubb here today from Axiom Mortgage because Scott was telling me the other day that there's a new program that the federal government's coming up with, and he was trying to tell me all about it. And I thought, you know what, we should actually do a little video where you can describe it to my clients as well. So,
Yeah.
It's basically a new home buyers program.
Yeah, so this is a pretty good looking program.
Mm-hmm.
They're launching it April 1st.
Okay.
And it's a lot like the RRSP program, but a little bit different. So
Okay. So what's the difference?
It's called a first home savings account.
Okay.
And it's like the RSP program in that it makes your taxable income lower. So it basically increases your tax return when you put money in the savings account.
Okay.
Like the RSP program, when you buy a home, you can pull that money out. You don't have to pay any taxes on it when you pull it out or any fees or anything like that, but you'll get that increased tax return. The difference between the RSP program and the first home savings account, the key difference is that the RSP program, you're required to pay it back over 15 years. So it's kind of borrowing from that account and then putting it back into your retired savings plan.
Right. Yeah.
Which makes sense for that program. This new one, FHSA, First Home Savings Account, you can pull that money out and you're done. You don't have to pay back.
So basically, if you were to say you made $80,000 a year and then you put in $10,000, can you put in $10,000 in a year, or is there a limit?
There's a limit of $8,000 per year,
okay,
up to $40,000. So within a couple years, you'll be able to put $10,000.
Yeah. Okay. So say that you made $80,000 then, and you put $8,000 in a year. Basically, on your taxes, you're subtracting that from your income, and your income is now just $73,000 or something.
For tax purposes,
for tax purposes.
So you're only taxed on the 72, 73, even though you made 80. So
yeah,
that's where your tax return gets bumped up.
This could be significant then. I mean, you could really save on some taxes.
Yeah, you get an extra $2,000 or $3,000 on your tax return and add that to that down payment that you're working on.
So you can take that and add it back. Can you add it back the same year, or is it $8,000 and that's it? $8,000 for the year.
$8,000 limit per year.
Per year. Okay.
So that maybe you put that $3,000 you got from it in an RSP program.
Yeah.
And use that one because you can use both of them.
Yeah. So this makes sense. This is probably better then in terms of saving for a house than the RSP program.
If your intention is to buy a house with that money, it's probably
because you never have to pay it back. Because with an RSP, if you bring it back, then you got to pay tax on it again, right? Or
yeah, you have to pay. So if you have $15,000 that you run through an RSP and you use that for your down payment, then you're paying back $1,115 per year for the next 15 years.
Right.
If you don't pay it back, it's not the end of the year. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
They'll just tax you on that $1,000.
Right.
But that's the use of the first time home buyers plan was tagged on to the RSP program after the fact.
Okay.
This new account's coming out very specific for first time home buyers.
So one more question then. If I have this, what did you call it? The
first home savings account.
So if you have a first home savings account and you've got some money in there, but not enough for a down payment, can you pull some money out of your RSP as well and top it up with that?
Yes, you can use both, even TFSAs. So you could have a few spots, or if you've reached that $35,000 limit in your RSP, you might want to start using the FHSA, all these acronyms. First home savings account.
This sounds like a great program. So if you want more information about it, I would recommend calling Scott. Don't call me. I sell houses, he sells mortgages, and he's really the expert when it comes to stuff like this. So Scott, where can people reach you if they want more info?
You know what? You can call me at 587-433-8329, or you can check out my website, scottgrubbe.ca.
And how do you spell? Yeah, I was going to say, how do you spell grub? Because everybody's going to spell grub wrong.
Rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub, but it's Grubbe.
Awesome.
scottgrubbe.ca.
Yeah, and if you need his info and you couldn't write it down or whatever, you couldn't understand, give me a shout. I'll happily give you his contact info too. Till next time, thanks so much.